Hello! This hour on Verbling, the next in my Getting Results in Business series. We're on Unit 20. We're coming to the end of our unit on being innovative. In this unit, we've been talking about ideas and innovation. You had a chance in yesterday's class to do a formal presentation about a new idea or product or a service that you're providing. I'd like to hear your presentations if you've worked on them. And also we're going to move on, besides talking about ability, which we've worked on, we're going to move on and work on the grammar of talking about ability in the future as opposed to the present. So that's probably what we'll be doing today. So that's a bit about the class. Here's a bit about me. I'm John Eric, your Verbling teacher for this hour. I'm an American teacher from New York, hanging out in Lisbon, Portugal to bring you this class. By the way, here are 3 quick rules to help you participate. Don't forget to turn off, tune in, and open up. That means turn off your microphone when you're not speaking so we can keep the classroom nice and quiet. Tune in to the new words you're learning. Use them actively so I can correct you and give you feedback. Finally, open up to your classmates. Relax and have fun. We're all here to learn, and this is a safe and respectful place to practice your English. So, with that in mind, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, if you just give me a second, I'm going to get the presentation on screen from yesterday. Oh, I wanted to start with the homework, actually, now that I think about it. So if you give me just a minute, I think what I'm going to do is I've got to open up the homework from yesterday. So we'll take a look at that first. And then if we've got presentations to do, I'll give you a chance to do them. And if you're not ready or if you want more time, we're going to go on to the next section. Name on screen here first. So you know who I am. There we go. All right. So I don't think I downloaded the homework, so give me just a second to download this so I can share it with you as a PDF. I sent this to you, by the way. So if you were in yesterday's class, I sent you this homework. You should have received it in the Verbling message system. So give me just a second, and I'm going to open it up for you. One moment. Let's see. One moment, please. One moment. Almost there. B2. Front section. I've got to go into my files. It's going to take a second, but it shouldn't take too long. Being innovative. Okay, here we go. And homework number 2. Okay. That's opening right now. Give me a second. Oh, there we go. Let me see if I can download this, and then I'll share it. So download as PDF. Give me a second. It's a little bit slow. Oh, okay, it's not letting me. Okay, if it doesn't let me, I'll just share my screen with you. The problem is that it's a little hard to share your screen in Chrome. Let's see if I can do this. Ah, now it's working. Okay. Download as a PDF. Okay, it's working. All right, so let's see if I can get this on screen for you. And I'll put that on screen and we'll do this. If you weren't in yesterday's class, don't worry. We can do this as an introduction if you weren't here. So let me first share the screen with you and then we'll get started. So in this series, for those of you who weren't in the other classes, give me a second here. In this series, we've been talking about ideas and innovation. And we spent the first part of the series. There's like about 8 to 10 classes in each unit. So in the first part, now you can see it on your screen. Let me just share my screen with you. 1 second. Let me get the screen sharing on so you can see it, and we'll get started. In the first part of the series, we worked on vocabulary. What's going on? Sorry. Trying to get my screen sharing here. There we go. Okay. All right, so you should be able to see that. Alvaro, can you see the presentation that I just put on screen? Can you see homework number 2?
Yes, I can see it.
Fantastic. So you weren't in the other classes with me, but that's okay. We can do this homework as a kind of introduction. What we're going to be working on is, yesterday, everyone had a chance to do a short, not everyone, but some people did a short formal presentation. And we worked on some key expressions to use in that formal presentation. But the idea is to talk about a new product or a service or something that you or your company provides, trying to sell it to someone through a formal presentation. That's what we've been working on. All right? So what we can do, even if you weren't in the class, we can do this homework as a kind of introduction to some of the key expressions. So, okay, does that sound all right with you?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, great. And by the way, where are you from, Alvaro?
I'm from Spain, from Madrid.
From Madrid.
But
okay.
Actually I am in London.
You're in London right now. Okay, very good. And let's say a quick hello also to João. Hello, João.
Hi, John. How are you?
Pretty good. João, is this your first time in my class? Because I don't remember seeing you before.
Yes.
Where are you from, João?
I'm from Brazil.
You're from Brazil. Are you in Brazil right now?
Yes, in São Paulo.
So it's like 6 in the morning over there.
7.
7 in the morning. Oh,
7 o'clock.
It's way too early. Go back to bed, João. Go back to bed.
No, I'm in my office now.
Oh, okay. Okay, so look, we're going to do this homework as a kind of introduction so that you get familiar with some of the key expressions you can use to do a formal presentation, especially when you're talking about an innovative idea, something that you want to convince people to invest in. So let's do this first, and then we're going to give you a chance to do a presentation of your own. All right? So in the first exercise, this is business communication skills. In the first exercise, you've got a presentation in front of you, and what you have to do is to try to put it in the right order. So that's the first thing we've got to do. Then we can use that as a kind of a model for how to do a presentation of your own. So let's do this. Let's just read through it quickly, and then afterwards we'll see if we can put it in the right order. Let's just go around the room and read it out of order first, then we'll put it in the right order. So let's start. So I'll start. A. First, I'll give you a brief overview of the product. João, read B.
Basically, Minute Monitor combines a department's time schedules.
Minute Monitor.
Minute Monitor.
Good. So that's the name of the product. We don't know what it is, but we can guess that's the name of the product. Okay. If there's any questions, just ask. So we're going to read these first. So Nader and Yuki, who are just joining us now, we're going to read through this presentation out of order, and then as a class, we're going to decide which order it should go in. And these will represent our key expressions for doing a formal presentation, like we did in yesterday's class. If you weren't here, don't worry about it. This is a good introduction. Okay, Alvaro, can you read C for us?
Sure. Does that sound okay?
Okay, and read D, because that was short too. Read D for us too.
Now I'd like to move on to sum up its features.
Its features.
Sorry, its features.
Good.
I'd like to demonstrate this by using the tool itself.
Okay, very good. And Nader, can you read E for us?
Then I'll talk about its benefits. After that, I'd like to show you some of its features.
Okay, very good. And Yuki, could you read F for us?
F, good. the greatest benefit of this is that all your staff's appointments are lodged in one main diary, so everyone can see who's in the office and when.
Okay, good. But it's not lodged. Look again.
Lodged.
Logged.
Sorry. Logged.
Right. A log, you know what a log is, when you write notes in a log. So the verb is to log someone in, which means to record when they come in, when they go, you know, like to take notes about them. Or, in this case, logged in could be the time, like when you've got to punch in on the time clock, you're logging in. Well, it's the same on the internet. You log into Google, log into your email account, actually. Okay, and then G is, what I'd like to do in this presentation is demonstrate a new scheduling tool. Okay, and back to João for H.
Have a look at the screen. With your current system, you can't link everyone's calendar. However, with Minute Monitor, you will all be able to access the central one.
Is it minute or minute?
Minute Monitor. No?
Minute.
Minute Monitor, sorry.
Yeah, not an I, but an I. Minute Monitor. And also, when you see a contraction, you have to read it as a contraction. So instead of you will, it's you'll. Repeat, you'll.
You.
You'll.
You.
That's it. You've got to say the L at the end. You'll all be able to. You'll all be able to.
Okay, you all be able to.
Okay, good. And we're back to Alvaro for I and J. Alvaro?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, for I and J, please.
Okay. Is everything clear so far? Okay, we call the product Minute Monitor, and it's a very simple concept.
Okay, so now we've read through the presentation out of order. I want you, I know it's not going to be that easy, but I want you to try to put the presentation into order. Okay? So what I'm going to have you do is read it a second time, but this time you're going to try to figure out, you're going to try to do it in order, starting with G. We know that that's number 1, right? We can see that's number 1. All right, so I think we're going to start with Nader. You're going to read G, and then you're going to continue on to the thing that you think comes next.
What I'd like to do in this presentation is demonstrate a new scheduling tool.
Mm-hmm.
First, I'll give you a brief overview of the product.
Very good. First, I'll give you a brief overview of the product. That sounds good to me. All right. So, Yuki, what do you think comes after that? First, I'll give you an overview. What's next? Think about our key connectors for sequence. That's your clue. How do we show a sequence? We say first, then what do we say?
It's a conversation.
No, it's a presentation.
No, presentation.
Just one person.
A monologue, yeah?
Yeah.
Maybe H, have a look at the screen, no?
Have a look at the screen with your current system. Not yet. That sounds like a detail. So it's probably too early. So we got the overview first.
First, I will give you.
Think about our key connectors. To show a sequence, we go first. We can say then. Exactly. Do you see a then anywhere?
Okay. The E. Then I'll talk about its benefits.
That's it. So it goes G to A to E, and João Pedro. It's João Pedro, right? I thought it was.
Yeah.
Okay. So what comes after that? In our sequence connectors, we normally say something like this: first, then, after that, finally, or first, next, and then last. Something like that. So we got the first, we got the then. What do you think comes after E? So we've got A.
Now, Now I'd like to move on to some of its features. No,
Okay,
no.
not yet because we didn't finish with the overview. So we're
Okay.
still missing a piece of information.
Okay, we call the product minute monitor. No.
Where was that, by the way? We call the product. Oh, I see. J. You were talking about J.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I agree with you, João. But I'll give you a little clue here. There's a bunch of questions to see if the audience is following. Before we go to J, what question do you think the presenter might ask?
Is everything clear so far?
Or
Does that sound okay?
I think it's C first. Yeah, I think it's C. Because listen to how it sounds now. What I'd like to do in this presentation is demonstrate a new scheduling tool. First, I'll give you a brief overview of the product. Then I'll talk about the benefits. After that, I'd like to show you some of the features. Does that sound okay to everyone? And then everyone says, yes, that sounds okay. And then, João, you're right. Okay, we call the product Minute Monitor. And it's a pretty simple concept. I agree. Then it goes to J. Absolutely. Let's go back to Nader. After J, where do you think it goes from there? Nader, what do you think? Uh-oh. Nader, are you there? Going once, going twice? No, Nader. Okay, we're back to Yuki. No, sorry, I skipped Alvaro. I'm sorry. Alvaro, I skipped you by mistake. I'm sorry.
Okay. I think it's basically Minute Monitor combines our department's time schedules with. Is that right?
That's right. So it goes to B. So first he names the product, then he gives the main concept for the product in B. So far it goes from G to A to E to C to J to B. Yuki, what's next after B? After basically Minute Monitor combines, what comes afterwards?
After B?
Yeah.
Basically.
So after he gives the concept, what's he going to talk about?
Have a look at the screen, no? Okay. No.
The concept wasn't on the screen, so I don't think he's going to be referring to the screen yet. But after we name the product and talk about the general idea of the product, what might we talk about next? Just using
Now
yeah.
I'd like to move on
Exactly.
to some of its features.
That's it. So now he's going to talk about the details. D, right? So it's G, A, E, C, J, B, and then D. Now I'd like to move on to some of its features. I'd like to demonstrate this by using the tool itself. Nader, what do you think happens after D? Maybe he's not able to turn on his microphone. Okay, I think Nader isn't there. So we'll go back to João.
Have a look at the screen.
Have a look at the screen. Where are we? That's H, right? I agree. Yeah. Have a look at the screen. With your current system, you can link everyone's calendar. However, with Minute Monitor, you'll be able to access this central one. Right, because that explains what he said in D. He mentioned the features in D, and in H, we're looking at a specific feature. I agree completely. And Alvaro, after the features, after H, what do you think happens then?
I'm not sure. Could be F? The greatest benefit of this is...
I agree with you that F is the last thing, but we still have this other question floating around to see if the audience is following.
Okay, so I guess it's I. Is everything clear so far?
Right, and then the audience can answer, and then he goes to F, right?
Okay.
Good, the benefit of this. All right.
Okay.
So I want to make sure that you hear this as a full presentation. So I'm going to call out the letters, and I want you to go around and just read it one time as a complete presentation, because you're going to use this to do a presentation of your own later in the class. Okay? So, João, let's start with you with G.
What I'd like to do in this presentation is demonstrate a new scheduling tool.
Scheduling.
Scheduling. Tool.
Schedule. Jule.
Scheduling.
That's it. Okay, and João, continue with A.
First, I will give you a brief overview of the product.
Not I will. I'll.
I'll.
Work on it. You have to practice, but that's it. Not I will. I'll. Okay, first I'll give you a brief overview of the product. Very good. Okay, and then Alvaro, you're on to E.
Okay. Then I will talk about its benefits. After that, I'd like to show you some of its features.
Right. C, Alvaro.
Does that sound okay?
Okay, very good. Yuki, we're on to J.
J. Okay, we call the product minute monitor, and it's a pretty simple concept.
Keep going with B, Yuki.
B. Basically, minute monitor combines a department time schedules.
It blah 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 blah.
It.
Right? Okay, and we're back to João for D.
Now I'd like to move on to some of its features.
H, João. Oh, sorry. Sorry, go ahead.
I'd like to demonstrate this by using the tool itself.
Okay, and keep going on with H, João.
Have a look at the screen. With your current system, you can't link everyone's calendars. However, with Minute Monitor, you'll all be able to access the central one.
And Alvaro, I and F, please.
Yes. Sorry?
I and F.
Okay. Is everything clear so far? And F, good. The greatest benefit of this is that all your staff appointments are logged in one main diary, so everyone can see who's in the office and when.
Okay. What do you think about Minute Monitor? Do you think it's a good product based on the presentation? Do you like the product?
Yeah, because we presented it very well, no? We are
The presentation was very good, absolutely. Is the product clear? Is this presentation giving a clear description of the product? In your opinion?
I'd say that yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. So now that we've done this kind of presentation, in a few minutes I'm going to give you a chance to do one of your own. And I'll share with you some of the key expressions that you've seen here. I've got a list of them to show you as well. Before we do that, we got one more exercise that helps you with some of the key expressions we could use to talk about the advantages of something. So at the top you can see this list of words it's kind of like looks like purple or red. This means in the future, at the moment, whereas, the biggest potential benefit of, the other major advantage is another great thing about. So these are all taken out of the text. You've got to put them back in. Any questions about the words in red above? Any questions about?
No, thank you.
No? Okay. So let's go around the room and we'll each take one. Nadir, why don't you take the first one for us, starting from the beginning?
Minute Monitor, sorry for the noise. Minute Monitor scheduling tool can be set up with your current system immediately. Similar tool on the market require much. The other major at the moment, similar tools on the market require much higher investment to make them compatible.
Good guess. Want to try again?
Whereas.
Right. So we're comparing and contrasting, talking about present and future ability. Or in this case, it's about our product to other products. Okay, very good. Whereas similar tools on the market require much higher investment. Okay, and Yuki, why don't you continue with 2?
Blank is that the program is very user-friendly and doesn't require a lot of previous knowledge or training. Um, the other major advantage is that the program is
Well, we
no.
didn't yet list an advantage. So we can't say the other yet.
Yeah. This means no. Eh,
Oh, wait. I'm sorry.
I
You
think
no. You were
it's
right.
right.
Yeah.
The
No, you
other
were
major
right.
advantage is
Yeah.
that the
You're
program
right.
is very user-friendly.
That's it. Yeah. You're right.
I
Sorry,
think there is
that would
no other option.
no. You're right. It was my mistake. I got them mixed up. Okay. So we've got number 1, whereas, and number 2, the other major advantage. Okay. And João, let's continue to 3. A drop down.
A drop-down user guide helps you with every step, with
Which
which is another great thing about Minute Monitor.
That's it. That's correct. So it's another advantage. Okay. And Alvaro, continue with 4.
Okay. I think at the moment, the system is able to schedule 25 employees' appointments, but with Minute Monitor, you can increase this to 50.
Okay. So now a key expression for comparing the present to the future. So that was the present in number 4, at the moment. And Nadir, what do you think number 5 will be? If 4 is the present, what do you think number 5 is going to be? Well, I don't want to influence you.
No, that project leaders can have a better view of the activities taking place. This allows, or something like this, maybe 1 minute. This means the
Good.
project leaders. This means the project leaders can have a better overview of the activities taking place.
I agree. This means, and it means, in other words, to go into more detail. And Yuki, what about 6?
I think the biggest potential benefit of Minute Monitor is that project scheduling can be delegated to admin staff.
So the biggest potential benefit of, I agree, to admin staff. Okay, very good. Okay, João, the last one, number 7. Last one.
In the future, giving the team leader more time on the project.
So that's a continuation of the sentence before, but you're correct, right? So if you read the whole thing, it's the biggest potential benefit of Minute Monitor is that project scheduling can be delegated to both admin staff, can be delegated to admin staff in the future, giving the team leader more time on the project. So we can delegate tasks better. That's the idea. Okay, so that is a good introduction to some of the main vocabulary, the key expressions. And by the way, whenever I send you homework, you can always self-correct. The answers are always on the last page. Okay, so I sent this yesterday, but because none of you were in class yesterday, I don't think, I thought this would be a good introduction for us. So now that we got that in mind, I'd like to give you a chance to try something similar on your own. So what I'm going to do here is...
One quick question here. Admin stuff. This admin, we do not need to capitalize it, since it is...
No, not necessarily.
Yes, but is it possible or not?
Yeah, you're right. It just means administration. So there's nothing specific about it. You don't have to capitalize it. If you said the name of your company, Microsoft Administration, then you could capitalize it. But here, if we're talking in general, it's not necessary. Nope, don't need to capitalize it. Okay, let's take a look at the last activity from yesterday's business communication skills, where you had a chance to do a little presentation. So none of you had that opportunity. So what I'd like to do is first show you on the very last page of the slide. Oh, no, that's not it. Sorry. Here, on slide number 13, you've got all of those key expressions that we just saw. I can give you the link to this in just a second. If you hang on, because I don't have it in front of me. If you hang on just a second, I'll see if I can give it to you. I'm just going to yesterday's class quickly. Do I have it? Nope, I don't have it there either.
I'll give.
You have it?
Yes, I have.
Okay, great. Okay.
You mean the how to talk about the innovation part 2?
Exactly, yeah. Put that in the chat window.
Right. I think it's the right link. Can you check it?
I don't see it. Could you put it in the... Oh, there, I see it. Okay, good. Let's see.
Right? Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay.
That's taking a minute. It takes a second. Yep, that's right. That's correct. Okay, very good. Okay, so everyone, if you want to download this or use it on your own, just click on Yuki's link in the group chat inside the Hangout. Okay? And you can go to page 13 if you want to cheat. You're not really cheating, of course, but if you want to use those expressions, and you should proactively try to use those expressions on page 13 to do a short presentation of your own. So what we're going to do is take a look at part 7 here. It asks us to prepare a short presentation about a new idea, product, system, or service that you know about or are interested in, or that you provide yourself in your company. It doesn't have to be connected with work, but it can be. Here's what you have to do. Make sure that you, A, preview your talk. For example, first I'd like to give an overview about blah, blah, blah. Next, make sure you talk about the benefits, the advantages. Finally, make sure that you compare the current ability that your users would have or your customers to the future ability. How would their lives be improved? You've got to use those key expressions that we just saw in the homework, like one major advantage is, whereas now you can only do X, in the future you'll be able to do B or Y. Okay, so think about those expressions from the homework, and I'd like you to try to do a quick improvised presentation of your own. So tell me, gentlemen, do any of you have a product that you are selling through the company that you work at? What do you do for a living, João? What's your job?
I work in one company like PayPal.
Like a financial, what do you call that? Like financial services company? It's not really called that, is it? Payment services?
Payments, yes.
Okay, very good. And what do you do? Are you the web designer? Are you working in databases? Are you an administrator? What are you doing?
I do reports with Excel and numbers.
So you're keeping track of the users and statistics about who's using it, and or you're keeping track of finances?
Both.
Oh, you're doing everything. Okay.
No, but I help in both.
Okay. And you use Excel to do that? Isn't that a lot of work?
Yes. No, I have other programs, but Excel is the main tool.
Okay. Okay, very good, very good. And Alvaro, what do you do for a living?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, I do kind of the same that John. I mean, I'm a freelance developer, and I do some report also in Access and Excel, and also working in payments with Bitcoins, which is kind of a virtual currency.
A virtual currency. What Bitcoin?
Yeah, Bitcoin. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? Okay, very good. Very interesting. And Yuki, what do you do for a living?
For living, I'm teaching Japanese to Russian student, and sometimes I work as an interpreter and translator.
Okay. There you go. And what do I do for a living? I don't do anything for a living. I don't know what I do.
You are teaching us. You are an excellent teacher.
I'm trying to. I'm trying my best. Okay. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to pick a service or product, real or imaginary. It's up to you. And I'd like you to use those key expressions we've just encountered, you can see on slide 13, to structure your presentation. The first thing you ought to do is just make a list. List the parts of your talk, not the real talk you're going to give. You're not going to give the whole talk. You're only going to do the introduction. But imagine you're doing a full presentation. You have to imagine what parts you would probably do. In the example we saw yesterday, this was really short. Look at it. On the top left, there were only 4 parts. You could say something like, well, first of all, there we go. Well, first of all, I'd like to start by giving an overview of the product. You can see that number 1, where it says presentation to Pharma Lab. And then I'd like to move on to the advantages for your company. After that, if there's no questions, I'll be showing a short demo film so you can see the product in use. And finally, I'll open up the discussion to the audience and hear your questions and comments. So that's how that's an example of how to structure, how to give an overview of your presentation. You're not really going to talk about all those things, but you will give that overview. All right? So that's one thing you've got to do, is give your overview of your imaginary presentation. You should also make a list of some benefits and talk about how the ability of the user or customer will change. Okay? So, this has got to be a little bit improvised, but which one of you has a product or service that you can present to us in a short, just the introduction of your presentation? You do, Joel? Really? Great. Thank you for volunteering.
I can try if it's not sure.
Who's volunteering? Alvaro, are you volunteering?
Yeah, I can try. But I'm not
Okay.
sure how to use the expression since I was not in last class, but I have.
Oh, it's the same. It's the same as what we just did in the exercises. They're the same expressions, but you have a few extra on screen. But other than that, they're the same expressions that we just used.
So it's kind of, I have to use one expression from top left, like key expressions, but I like to do it, blah, 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 and then...
Exactly. Okay?
Okay. Well, so what I like to do in this presentation is talking to you about a new product which you developed to assure that you already knew something in the past. So we are going to work over the blockchain, which is also used in Bitcoin. And the main benefit of this product is that you don't need to go to a notary registry. I'm not sure. Somebody who assures that something is true. How do you call him?
You don't need to go to, I couldn't hear the word, sorry. You don't need to go to?
Notarian or something like that. I mean, somebody who you pay him because he signs that a paper is true.
Notary.
Notary, sorry.
You don't have to get your documents notarized.
Okay,
you don't have.
But
are you? Sorry.
Yeah.
The person who notarizes it is a lawyer usually.
Oh,
like
yeah.
you can go to a lawyer or you can go to a notary. So both are possible. So you don't have to pay a lawyer, and you don't have to get it notarized at a notary. You got 2 choices there.
Okay, I thought you had a word for that profession which was different to lawyer. It's the same. You have lawyers for the court and
exactly.
Okay.
It's the same.
Okay. So you don't need the lawyers any longer, which is great. So you just have to do a very quick computer transaction. So this document gonna be stored in the cloud, and you you will be able to prove that you sign it. So you're gonna save a lot of money. You're gonna save time, and also the documents that you are going to sign are going to be secret. Uh, because if you go to a lawyer saying something which can be like sensible, like for example that
sensitive, you mean?
Yeah, sorry, sensitive.
Right.
Then the lawyer could know it and he could tell any other person. In this way, nobody will have access to this information.
Okay, and how would you end your presentation, or you end your introduction? Well, everything you said. By the way, it's a little hard to hear you. You've got to stay close to the microphone.
Yeah,
okay.
Is it better now?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, everything you said sounds pretty good. The only thing I would say is that you have the opportunity to use some more expressions. For example, I see two main benefits of using our product. By the way, what is the name of the product? I didn't understand, Alvaro. What's the name of it?
It doesn't have any name. I just listened it from another person yesterday. So.
Okay. But
we can
give it a name. Call it something.
Cloud Contractor. Cloud Contractor?
Cloud
Lawyer?
Cloud Lawyer. Okay, Lawyer Cloud. We'll call it Lawyer Cloud. Okay, very good, very good. So you could use a key connector, a key expression there. For example, well, to begin with, we call our product Lawyer Crowd. With your current system, if you want to get a document notarized, you have to pay an expensive lawyer or attorney to notarize it for you. Or you have to go to a notary republic, which means you have to leave your office. Whereas with our product, from the comfort of your computer, you could have your documents notarized, and they'll be accessible anywhere where your clients have internet access, right? Okay, so all I did was use the comparing current and future. Yeah, that's all I did, right? That's all I did. Whereas at the moment you'd have to blah blah blah. Whereas in the future you'll be able to, or you could blah blah blah, right? Okay. So that would be good. Okay, it sounds pretty good. By the way, what do you, Yuki and João, what do you think about this idea of Lawyer Cloud, getting documents notarized, storing them on the cloud? Do you like that idea? Do you think his presentation was effective? I know it's a little hard to hear him, but
I think the presentation is effective. Yes.
Would you buy this product for your company?
Yes, I'd glad to buy his product.
It sounds like a good idea, but I have one serious question, which is how on earth do you think it's going to be safe in the cloud? How could you prove that it's safe, Alvaro?
Yes, security is the most big concern for us, for consumers. Yes.
Absolutely.
It's the same way Bitcoin works. It's encrypted.
It's equipped.
So it's
encrypted.
It's encrypted, and there is a whole system of computers enforcing that. So it's the same way that Bitcoin works, but you say it's another use of the same blockchain.
Okay, well, LastPass, which is a password encryption software, and it's one that I like a lot, it also is encrypted, and they still had a security breach 2 years ago. So
yeah, I mean, you have to take care that there are a lot of a lot of people just stealing money, and that's how you need a good computer guy to work on it.
Okay. Okay, but it sounds good. So here's what I'm going to suggest, Alvaro.
Yeah.
I'm going to suggest as a homework you take the presentation you just did and you write it as a text, just the introduction, using this slide to help you. Write it out as a text, send it to me to correct using the Verbling message system. And then I'll look at it, correct it, and send it back to you. Okay? Because I can't correct the writing during class. Okay, Yuki and Joao.
Okay.
You got one for us, Joao?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Then I will talk about online payments.
Then or first?
First. Yes,
Yeah.
first.
So first, I want to talk to you about online payments.
Online payments. Okay.
Okay, good, good.
We call the system digital payments.
Okay.
There are two main benefits for the buyer and for the merchant.
Good.
For the buyer, we have security.
Security.
Yeah, security.
Good.
And for the merchant, we have the best approval rate of the
industry.
The market.
Of the market. Okay, of the market. Listen, repeat. The best approval ratings.
The best approval ratings of the market.
Very good.
With a normal system, we can't give security for your customer. And
however, with our system.
However, with our system, your customer will purchase very easy.
Will be able to make purchases. Repeat. Will be able to make purchases.
Will be able to make purchases
easily.
Yes, easily and
safely. If you say facilmente, ment is li, so safely. Facilmente, safely. That's
okay.
it.
And so, is everything clear so far?
I have a question.
Okay.
My question is, how you say that the customer will be able to make purchases very easily. Well, why can't the customer just use PayPal? What's the advantage over using PayPal? Everyone uses PayPal.
But with my product, you can buy with one click. Just a click, you buy the product.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
Very good.
Very
Yuki,
good.
do you have any questions? Alvaro, do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I'd just like to integrate my product with yours so we can create a much better.
Oh, there you go. You've got a business opportunity. Wow.
Okay, let's integrate.
You and Alvaro can do a joint venture together. Yuki, what was your question?
What is the future prospect of these products, or what kind of future plan does your company have?
The future is mobile. You can buy with any dispositive.
Dispositive is device.
Device, okay.
That sounds good. I'm glad to invest in your company.
Oh, thanks.
I have another question. Is this a real product, or are you imagining the product? Is this real?
Yes, it's real.
Okay, how are you able to pay with one click? because on PayPal you get sent to another menu, and that gives you a chance to review the purchase and make sure that there's no mistakes, and then you do the final click and the payment is done. So if you only pay with one click, how is that possible? Isn't there going to be a lot of mistakes, a lot of errors, like you might get overcharged, things like that?
How can I say? You need to how can I say?
Say it in Portuguese. Precisa de fazer o quê?
Você precisa de cadastro anterior para comprar com um clique.
The problem is I can't hear you. Precisa fazer uma coisa em vez de...
Anterior, previous, I mean, no? You need to do something before, I think.
No? You need to do something before the purchase.
Yes, before you need to be registered.
Okay.
And your card was in your system.
Okay, but that's the same as PayPal, isn't it? Because you link PayPal to your bank, and you link specifically your debit card or your credit card to PayPal first, right?
Okay.
So my question is, when you pay with PayPal or anything, PayPal, Skrill, they're all kind of the same. You always get sent to this. I think Amazon is different, actually. I think Amazon is a different system. But you normally get sent to a menu where you review the purchase. And so it's not just one click. It's at least 2 clicks, maybe 3. But it seems to me the purpose is that you get a chance to review and make sure that you're not being charged the wrong amount. That's what it seems like. So my worry would be, if you're paying with one click, what if you click it by mistake? You know?
Okay. It's not one click, but we say one click because we don't need register yourself and put your address, put your email, and a lot of data.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so as long as you are pre-registered with your service, then the data will be there when you're ready for it.
Yes. It's
all right.
Like a PayPal in real.
It sounds exactly the same.
Yeah.
But PayPal is expensive. PayPal takes a big percentage, and so if you offer a better percentage, I'm sold.
Okay, my percent is good.
All right, very good. So I'm going to suggest the same thing for you. You can write the introduction just as you said it, and then send it to me. I'll correct it and send it back to you. Use the Verbling message system to send me the text, or you can write it in Google Drive as a document and send me the link. As long as I have permission to edit it, I can make corrections and send it back.
Thanks.
Yuki, what about you? Is there anything you'd like to present?
My presentation or question? Yeah? No?
Yeah, what would you... Yeah, go for it.
Well, what I'd like to do in this presentation is demonstrate a revolutionary new online language classes.
Ooh.
First, I'll give you a brief overview of the product. Then I will talk about its benefits. After that, I'd like to show you some of its features. Does that sound okay?
Sounds great.
Okay. We call the product Barbaring.
Oh, interesting.
It's a pretty simple concept, but it's revolutionary new idea. Basically, Barbaring provides the online class where every person, any person in the world could join any time. and it also provides the service with low cost. Have a look at the screen. This is the concept of the barbering class.
It looks great.
Yes, you will see the teacher on the screen. Yeah, under the teacher there are some students. Maximum students is 9 people. Yes, it is enough to. I think it is enough amount of student that pay for it. I mean the profit. And right. it is also effective for teaching in private teaching in a small class. Help small class help every student to speak out. So it's very effective. I think it is the most revolutionary and most how to say effective way to improve the language skills for everyone. So
sounds good. I want you to say that last part again, but what I'd like you to do is to use the comparing either present to future or comparing your product to another product on the market. One of those, do you see those key expressions with your current system or at the moment? If you wanted to compare it to something else or compare it from now to the future, like using traditional classroom now, whereas in the future what would you say to summarize that last point?
In comparison with conventional learning classes, barbering provides every student to chance to join the class with native teacher and also with low cost. That's the idea.
right. That's the biggest potential benefit, maybe, if you look at it benefits, right? That's the biggest potential benefit. Okay, very good. Like, so you could even point out
at the moment you can we provide only English and Spanish class, but in the future we'll
by Japanese.
we also could teach another language like Germany, French, even very rare language like Japanese.
Fantastic. Alvaro and João, is the presentation clear? Do you understand the product?
Yeah, and it sounds familiar to me.
Okay.
Oh, you know about barbering. Where?
Yeah, you have to be quick developing that because I think some guys are trying to do something similar.
Yeah, you've got to be careful. There's a lot of competition out there. In fact, there's another company out there called Verbling, so you've got to be careful.
Why you know that? It is my idea. I think I haven't talked about it.
You know why? Because you stored your idea on Lawyer Cloud, and now everyone knows about it because it's not safe. That's why.
In Lawyer Cloud, nobody would know about it. The point is that you didn't do it.
Oh, he didn't do it. Okay, I see. He didn't do it. That's his problem. Hey, look, the three of you should get together. The three of you should get together because, João, you can have the students pay for the classes, right?
Yes. Yes.
We can have the teacher contracts on Lawyer Cloud so that they're safe. I think we got a deal here. What question?
Maybe we can hire you as a teacher in the new company.
I think we've got a startup. I think we got an idea here. We just need an investor. Where's Nader? We need an investor. Nader, come back. We need the money.
I think
let's make money.
It's an excellent startup, so it is worth for you to invest it.
I think so. Alvaro and João, if you were listening to this as a presentation, would there be any questions that would come up in your mind? Is there anything that you'd want to ask? Or did he cover everything that you have? I mean, maybe it's complete. I don't know.
Well, I have a question. How people from some countries which have like bank problems, I mean, like for
Exactly,
example,
bandwidth, right?
yeah, for
Sorry.
example, Argentina.
He's asking about the bandwidth. Will some countries have difficulty joining the class?
I see. I see. Yes, yes, indeed. It is one big our concern. In some countries, it is some difficulties to access to the class freely. But I think such a hinder would be removed gradually. I think every country has a benefit for their citizens to learn languages and improve their language skills. So we're ready to appeal to such a country the benefit to join the classes and free access to our site.
I have a question as an investor. I have a question for you as an investor. What about China?
It's a very direct question.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
You've got 300 million internet users in China, but if you're using Google Hangouts, they can't access the classes. So.
Yes, indeed, it's a very good question. Before I have joined the similar online class like our Barbering concept. It's also called Barbering.
Oh, okay.
I think it's some problem. But then I know that some Chinese students access to this class by proxy.
Proxy, right?
Yes. So all the same, even if there are problem with some, have to say, problem not to connect government.
Okay. Blocking.
Yes, it's all the same. I think eager student can find a way to access to the classes. So I'm an optimist about it. I think all the people want to learn what they want to learn, and I think our company's future is
very bright. All right.
I don't know.
So listen, I'll give you all a chance to write that as a text. Remember, you're just doing the introduction. You don't have to write the full presentation. Okay. But you can include some of the arguments in the introduction like you did today. Send it to me. I'll correct it and send it back. It takes me a while because I've got a backlog of work. But before Monday, I will definitely have it back, if not sooner. If it's short, I can do it really quickly. Use the VerbaLink message system for that. We'll be back on Monday for this class, I believe. Actually, my schedule next week is a little bit strange. So I don't know when the next class is going to be for this. It's normally at 11 GMT. But next week, I know my schedule is different. So we'll have to check that. Tomorrow, I'll be back for 2 hours with hot topics. We're talking about topics in the news. We usually have a language part in the beginning and then a discussion in the second hour. If there's a particular hot topic you're interested in, send me a message and I can turn it into a class, okay? So, have a great day. Send me your presentations. I'll correct them. And bye for now, everyone. See you soon.
Thank you.
Thanks, John. Goodbye.
See you next time. Bye-bye.